One of my favorite snacks growing up was malban, which are these juice coated nuts, and they are very hard to find. So I thought I would try to make them myself as well as try to experiment with different flavors. So let's go through and try to make them and try out these new flavors. So to start, we are just going to do this, what is this called? The roux. So for the roux, we're going to do some oil first. We're going to just bring the oil to a shimmer, whatever that means. There's my oil. I didn't realize how much oil there was in this. We're going to do half a cup of flour. Oh, yep, that's what I was worried for. And then I have to stir this constantly, which I clearly wasn't doing. But you just basically don't want the flour to burn, but you want it to get fully incorporated and create a roux so that when we add in the juice, it will thicken up. Next, we want this to slightly darken and just like toast. That way we like cook the flour and we're not just eating raw flour. So I'm just going to cook it for about 3 to 5 minutes, making sure I stir constantly because the last thing I want to do is burn it. So for the grape juice, this is what I ended up with, which is really unfortunate because it's only, you see that, 20% juice. Although the one I ordered was supposed to be 100% juice, and you need 100% juice for this recipe. Hold on, I need a stir. So we're gonna try it out with this juice and hope it works. If it doesn't, it's probably because of that, and I'm gonna blame that, even if it is user error. But I need about a liter. I knew that was gonna happen. I'm just gonna mix this. Oh, that looks not appetizing. I am essentially just going to keep mixing and mixing and mixing. And then I want to make sure there are no lumps, which, oops. I'm just going to keep stirring and keep cooking until it is fully incorporated. Now that everything is combined, I'm just going to bring it up to a boil. So I'm putting it on high heat. So now it is boiling. So I'm just going to reduce the heat to low. And then I'm just going to stir occasionally, making sure to scrape the sides because those get really gunked up, and then also scraping the bottom to make sure there are no lumps and nothing burns. I will just keep doing that until this mixture is reduced by half. That took about like half an hour or a ridiculously long time to thicken. So let's go ahead and assemble. All right, this is the contraption I set up to hang the malban. I've got these strings up here to hang them, and then this tray which I attached by strings to capture any drip. So while that mixture, which oh my god, I let overboil. Oopsie, hold on. While the mixture is boiling, you want to string your nuts. Let's sew some nuts. But essentially what I have done is an experiment. I've got both walnuts and pecans. With pecans, is they crack a lot more, so you have to be a lot more gentle. They're also a lot harder to get the needle through. Like walnut is a softer nut apparently. To string them through, you need your sewing kit. You literally take needle and thread. You can use a thicker thread, but I have found the thinner the needle, the thinner the thread, the less likely they are to crack. With my needle threaded, you want to knot the end however you usually would knot. I just wrap it around my finger, make an X, hold it, twist, and pull, and it makes this bigger, thicker knot in case the walnut's hole is a little bit bigger. You don't want it slipping out of the bottom because it would undo all of our hard work, which has been a lot so far, okay? You just take the needle and just push it through. Like I said, walnuts are a lot easier. Also, they're a lot more forgiving, so you can get away with going through these smaller pieces. Whereas with the pecans, you can see I only have bigger pieces because all of these little ones were just like too difficult to get on there. But the other thing with broken pieces, if you mix and alternate between broken and non-broken pieces, like the full pieces, you'll get a like variety of thickness. That variety will grab more of the like grape juice mixture and coat the smaller pieces a little bit more than the others, and it's like kind of a nice treat in between the treat. Also, if it's too difficult on your hand to like thread through the nut, what I have been doing is I'll do the initial poke and then a few taps on the counter and it should pull it through. I also noticed that if they are refrigerated nuts, it is also a lot more difficult. So I would try to get them as close to room temperature as possible. Once you're done stringing all of the nuts, I think I do about a foot, but I do remember the last time I made it, I wish I had done smaller, but hey, apparently I don't listen for my mistakes. When you're done with the thread, you'll want to cut it in a way to where you'll leave extra because you want to tie a knot at the top as well to make sure the nuts don't fly off. So same thing as before, I'm just going to do the little X, grab it between my two fingers and tie a knot. And with that, I've got a lot of them. And what's nice about this little end and leaving the extra string is it's what we'll use to hang them underneath this table with my new like gimmicky tray situation. But let's grab the mixture and start to dip. All right, here is this mixture. Did it thicken? Technically. Is it as thick as I thought it would be? No. Is this gonna make an absolute mess as is? Yeah. So I'm just gonna let it cool until it thickens a lot more because A, I don't want a mess. B, I don't want to have to deal with double dipping, like dipping it tomorrow. I want to just be able to dip it once. So my theory is if I cool it down enough, it will thicken enough to where I only have to dip once because it'll be such a thick layer. Because not only am I experimenting with different types of nuts, but the last time I made it, my dad was like, hey, you know what it needs? Some citric acid. And I was like, yeah, bet. So I have citric acid and I also want to experiment with pomegranate molasses. I think they'll be great experiments. The other thing that had me thinking was, hey, can you do this with other fruit juices? And I feel like the answer is yes. I think I've also seen it with green grape juice, or white, I guess. What is it? If it's a green grape, why is it white grape juice? Let me let this mixture thicken and then we can start dipping. Okay, I've been sat here for like 15 minutes just stirring and hoping it would thicken. It's not as thick as I'd like it, but I gotta work with it because if it gets too thick, I won't even be able to dip. Kind of get started. I think I'm just going to go and do some of this. Oh, she's so thin. She's also hot, so I have a prediction that I'm gonna burn myself. I don't know about this one, Chief. You know what? I think I dipped it prematurely. Also, these are heavy. When dipping, I don't want to shake off the excess. Although it is dripping on its own. I don't even need to shake to get the excess off. But you kind of want it to hold and soak as much of this as possible, which it is clearly not doing. Let's just put that one on the side. Or in. It's starting to look like a caterpillar or like a millipede to me, like the caterpillars from Alice in Wonderland. I think I'm gonna dip them all once and then dip them again. I'm just gonna put them in the contraption down there. Oh no, how am I gonna hang this? I'm just gonna go ahead and dip the rest and then I'll be back once I come back for the second dip. All right, so as soon as I started working, it got a lot thicker, a lot more quickly, which means I don't have to double dip any of the later ones. I think I only need to double dip that first one, which I will grab in a second. The other thing is it thickened up so well that like they only have a few initial drips like from how it's doing it right now, but everything else looks good. I'm gonna try to double dip this. Oh, double dip my hijab apparently. Let's double dip this one. Oh, she's thick. I kept 2 of the last walnut ones so we can experiment with flavors. The first experiment is with citric acid. I'm just going to cut the pan in half. I am not going to dirty another dish. This is really big pain to clean. Citric acid. I don't know how much. Citric acid and me are not really friends. We always ruin each other's day. I will taste it. Okay, my dad was on to something with that. Oh. Dang it, I kind of wish I put citric acid for all of them now. This is really hard to dip. Oh no. This one is off to the chambers. I am going to then add in the dibis, or the pomegranate molasses. I don't know how much to put. Also, I'm kind of worried this one will change the structural integrity. Oh, it's changing the color. No, I approve. I like the citric acid more, but that is good. Oh, she is completely different in color. I love it. Stop clinging with each other. I'm done. I'm done. This is too much. I'm getting overstimulated by the fact that they keep touching each other. Let me bring you down under, show you what Harry Potter and his friends have been doing in the Chamber of Secrets, and then I'm gonna let them harden, solidify, whatever, for 24 hours. This is what we're working with. For being very honest, I don't know about this one. They are like hung up there by strings. I had some on hooks. They've got their drip tray to catch the drips. I'll be back once they are done and then we can taste test. So this is what they ended up looking like. If you look closely, you can see they like cracked a lot, which means I should probably go in with that second coat. But I'm going to go ahead and just follow the same steps as last time and just coat them using that same mixture. Okay, this is actually not the most fun, great process because I'm basically cracking the previous layer and it kind of feels like I'm a chiropractor to these malban. But hopefully with the new dip, it'll fill in the cracks that I'm intentionally making, half with the citric acid and half with the pomegranate molasses, and then I will dip them. There is a lot of extra, so I'm just gonna pour it into a bowl and see if we can make some with like the chopped nuts that didn't fit on string. Okay, I have a feeling this is probably not gonna dry, but I'm gonna just do it regardless because I hate waste. This experiment, as well as the hanging malban that's under the table, are just gonna dry for like 24 hours and then we'll be back for a taste test. Sorry for the weird setup, but I had an ovarian cyst leak. I can't carry the camera and set it up on a tripod. I really just can't. You're probably like, just wait. But I'm like, no, I want to try these. So we've got the normal ones here, the pomegranate molasses one, and then the citric acid one. You can see they like kind of broke apart. Let's go ahead and remove the strings. One thing I did notice is I'm gonna have to dig around for those strings. There it is. Okay. Where it breaks. Some of them do have really bad pockets. I don't know. Maybe I need to revise my recipe. I might ask my aunt because she makes these a lot, but I've never really had it do this issue. This is what it looks like cross section wise. I think there's a good, to me, this is a good coating. Usually the store-bought ones have like a thicker, much thicker coating, but I think to me this is really, really good. I don't want it to be overly sweet, but I also don't want it to just be nuts. Let's taste test the normal ones first. That's pecan. This is what the walnut one looks like. The walnut is a lot better. Either these pecans are stale or they just got really squishy, but the walnut is a lot more crunchy and I like that a lot more. Let's try the citric acid one. This one is already kind of sour. I think this recipe that I used, I didn't add sugar, which is really, really good. This one just hits it with a little more sourness, and I really like that. I think I prefer the citric acid one, so the next time I probably will sprinkle a little bit in. Let's try this pomegranate molasses one. This is a lot softer of like an outside coating versus this one is a lot drier. It's more leathery, whereas this is a lot more gooey. I don't know if it just needs longer to dry because it technically got liquefied by adding in the pomegranate molasses, but let's see. I don't know about this one. Oh, never mind. The aftertaste. I was about to say I don't see the difference, but no, I take it back. The aftertaste kind of gives you that like, that sour feeling that like makes your muscles tense in your jaw. It's not as sweet as this one, I would say. I don't think it brings enough value to redo it with this as much as the citric acid did. With that, these guys are all done. I am just gonna store them in a bag. I will be honest, they've been drying for like a handful of days now. So I just had the ovarian cyst brain fog, but I forgot about this guy right here. I wanted to see if spraying it. Oh, okay. Yeah, it definitely didn't dry on this side, but it did on. Oh. mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this didn't work.
However, like now, kind of like a cranberry sauce vibe. I think maybe if I put it like this, I'm just gonna try to flip it over like this and then see if like drying this side also helps it out. But I'm guessing it's not gonna work. I just wanted to see what I could do with the waste. If worse comes to worse, I'm just gonna eat it like pudding. But with that, that is how I make malban. I do want to try different juices like cherry juice and things like that. But if you make this in your culture or if you've got other juice recommendations, please let me know. And thank you for watching. I'll be back with another video soon.